Hey, what's up? Ian here, and I'm back with another first impressions, and this time is the NF Audio RA15 single dynamic driver IEM. Retail price for this is $89 and you can find it at Hi-Fi Go's website. So check out the unaffiliated link in the description below. All right, so let's open this up and see what's inside this package. All right. Okay. Oh, come on. There you go. All right, so let's pull it out from the case. Let's put the knife one side. All right, so this is the, I think there's some specs at the bottom here. All right, so there's some specs here. Let me just read them out to you. The frequency range is 10 to 40,000 hertz, and the impedance is 32 ohms, and the sensitivity is 108. Maximum SPL is 125 dB, and I guess that's those few important information that we need. Let's empty the box and the stuff out from the box. Right, so that's about it. Let's see. So ear tips. So we have extra small, medium, and large. Let's take out the medium. Let's see. Quality of the ear tips is not bad. It's not bad. Okay. Of course, user guide. A small pouch. All right. So this pouch is, well, I would say it's a drawstring pouch. You know, nothing much special, but it's quite nice in terms of the PU leather. It's not real leather. Let me smell it. Yeah, it's not really real leather. Yeah, it's just PU. And then there's nozzles. All right, so I assume that these earphones have interchangeable nozzles. Okay, then you can actually change the tuning if you change the nozzles. And cable. Cable is, let's see, 2-core cable terminated with 3.5 headphone jack. And is kind of thin. Right, quality of it is semi stock. Yeah, it feels a bit stock to me. I mean, it's all right. It's a thin cable, not a premium cable, with a chin slider. Okay, and 2-pin QDC connector. Okay, let's take a look at the IEM itself. If I can take it out. There you go. Ooh, it feels, it's got a heft to it. As I took it out, yeah, feels like a nugget. And look at that, wow, pretty nice. And it feels exactly like a nugget. The weight of it, it's like fully milled out of a metal block, I guess. And yeah, faceplate is got this satin silvery look with the NF logo on the faceplate. On the inner shell is pretty standard. It's got a stepped finish to the inner shell. And the nozzle, I assume, is removable. Let me just twist it. Yep, it is. Okay, can take it out. And I guess there's different coating to the gasket to show you, you know, what nozzles for what tuning. Build quality of this is fantastic, man. It feels really solid, like a block of metal, or it's milled from a block of metal. So left side, let me just see where you see the problem with this kind of cable. You can't tell. So this is left. Okay, so I guess I'm right. Let's put it in. Okay, and this should be right, as you can see. The indication is quite, you know, faint. Can't really see, but I guess it is what it is. Well, looking at this cable, $89 is pretty alright. And actually, I think most of the cost went to the milling of these earphones because it feels very premium and feels very hefty. Alright, pretty nice. Now let's measure this. Let me take out my measuring rig. As usual, I have my measuring rig right here. And let's get ready my phone as well. Alright, so I have my phone here. Let's plug it in. And let's plug in the earphones. Okay, first let's plug in the left side into the coupler. Okay, let's open up this one. Hang on, let's not do that yet. First, let's go to my settings, and this will be high. And let's look up for my pink noise. All right, let's play my pink noise. Wow, that's really loud. That's really loud. Okay, so let's test out the sound. Oh, that's really loud. Okay, so let's lower the volume. Let's reset that again. Still very loud. So I need to try to hit 85 dB. That's 89. Let's try that. That's the lowest I can go. Wow. Let me just lower my brightness so that you guys can see my screen. There you go. Let's try that. And let it measure for half a minute. Alright, so this is the measurements of the left side. Looks like pretty neutral bass, and the treble, well, the peanut gain is actually quite smooth if you look at the graph, and the treble seems like a very tolerable treble, pretty bright as well, and pretty airy. Now let's save this file. This is the RA15 left side store file. Now let's recall. Okay, and let's reset the measurements, and let's take out the right side, and let's see if the left and the right channel matches. And let's see my pink noise. Let's play my pink noise. Start. Alright, so I've measured both sides successfully, and looking at both sides, they match really well, except for maybe the treble area. Just a slight difference, but you know, it's expected. No test is perfect. So yeah, looking at this graph, I would say mid-bass centric, recessed mids with a very smooth gain to the treble, bright treble, a little bit bright, and non-sibilant, yeah, non-fatiguing type of treble. So let's just take one nozzle out, okay, and let's see what's the difference between the black nozzle and the red nozzle. So this gasket is red. Okay, so let's try that. Right. Now let's put it into the coupler. All right. Let me save the right side. Wait. Let me just copy the file. and just change this to the right. Done. All right, let's recall this right side as well. So you have the right and the left here on this graph. All right, now let's measure this new nozzle. Let's go to my pink noise again, and let's play. Okay, so now let's take a look at this graph. So with this red nozzle, the base is a bit more, okay, and the peanut gain is even smoother, even much more smoother, not as harsh and intense as the black nozzle. And it's even darker. Well, it's a little bit darker than the red nozzle, black nozzle. And the overall air is not as airy in terms of the treble. But yeah, it's not a big change, but you know, looking at this is actually quite okay. I can see a bit of difference here at the peanut gain. Okay, now let's change back to the black nozzle. Let me just take this out and change back to the black nozzle. As you can see, it's black. Now let's just listen to it. Okay, so I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to plug this out. And I'm going to bring in my dongle. So this is my Dunu dongle. All right, so let's fire up my songs. Let's go to my playlist and go for my IM test songs. Okay, now let's try the ear tips as well. See if the ear tips are comfortable to wear and whether the ear tips give me a seal or not. All right. And let's put on the ear tips. These are the medium size ear tips. Right, let's put this in my ear. Ooh, stuck to my clipper. So that's the thing about cables. They tend to get tangled together. Okay, now let's do this. All right, so this earphones is more on the medium size, medium to small in terms of the form factor. The angle of the earphones doesn't really conform to my ear. Ear tips are a little bit smooth, slippery as well. So, but after a bit of adjustments, it does give me a good seal. Okay, so let's play my song. First, let's reduce the volume. I don't want to blast my ears. Let's play my song. Okay. So, let's increase the volume a bit. Okay, so for the black nozzle. So black nozzle is, as I mentioned earlier in my graph, it's kind of bright. Okay, and this is the part that's giving me quite a lot of details for the snares. Right, the snares are quite detailed, and the guitars as well. Okay. Bass-wise, I can hear the kick drums very prominently. Instruments, they do sound a little bit veiled. Okay. And the shakers, there's a lot of shakers in the song. They're not as sharp, okay, in this song. Okay, so as I mentioned, this song is Vegas El Bandito by 23 Skidoo. A lot of instruments on this song. And yeah, it's quite detailed, but it's not the cleanest in terms of technical performance. It's not the cleanest. I can hear a little bit of distortion, and resolution-wise is also average. Soundstage is actually quite wide, not the widest, but it's quite wide. And the overall sound separation is pretty okay. It's not jumbled up in a mess. I still can separate out the instruments. They are very clearly stated, like they're on the left side or the right side. So pretty good sound separation. Not the best, but pretty good. All right, so let's conclude. All right, so form factor wise, this is a pretty small earphone. It does go into my ear completely, but the ear tips doesn't stick to my ear. It doesn't give me a very good seal. So I need to play around with my own ear tips. Okay, but overall sound delivery is actually pretty okay. It's average. For $89 is quite reasonable. Obviously, I need to test it a bit more, but with my initial impression of this, it's pretty alright for $89. Alright? So that concludes my first impression of this NF Audio RA15. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.